今日もお疲れ様でした。英語で振り返る3月3日火曜日のニュースです。
Tokyo stocks experienced their largest decline this year. The Nikkei average closed at 56,279 yen, marking a drop of 1,778 yen from the previous day. This significant fall in the Tokyo stock market is attributed to the deteriorating situation in Iran, causing market instability.
The government plans to set guidelines for dual pricing at public tourist facilities. This would mean higher fees for foreign visitors and non-local tourists. Transport Minister Yasuyuki Kaneko announced this on the 3rd. The guidelines aim to tackle over-tourism and will consider current dual pricing examples. The implementation date is not yet determined.
The Financial Services Agency, FSA, is investigating SANAE token, a cryptocurrency named after Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi. It was revealed on the 3rd that the company involved in its operation may not be registered as a cryptocurrency exchange, which is typically required. The FSA will confirm these facts, as proper registration is essential.
Ryutsu Keizai University's soccer club has been suspended indefinitely. This follows allegations that multiple members used illegal drugs in their dormitory. On the 3rd, police searched the dorm. The university held an emergency press conference in Chiba, offering a deep apology for the situation involving its prestigious soccer program.
The Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, has requested a literature survey for Minatorishima Island, Ogasaro Village, Tokyo. This is the first step in choosing a final disposal site for high-level radioactive waste, often called nuclear waste. METI made this proposal to the village as part of the selection process.
Former U.S. President Trump stated that a big wave is coming soon regarding military action against Iran. He suggested a large-scale attack could happen shortly and might be prolonged. This indicates a potential for significant and extended military operations, raising concerns about the region's stability.
A third-party committee investigated improper accounting at Nidec, a major electronics parts maker. Its report, released on the 3rd, confirmed numerous accounting irregularities across various Nidec Group locations. The committee concluded that Mr. Nagamori, the company's founder, should bear responsibility for these widespread issues.
Prime Minister Takaichi stated that electricity and gas prices would not immediately rise if the Strait of Hormuz were blocked. This assurance addresses concerns about energy costs in a critical geopolitical scenario, aiming to calm public worries about potential economic impacts.
A mother accused of assaulting and causing the death of her 11-month-old daughter has been acquitted. The Fukuoka District Court delivered a not guilty verdict in the case. This ruling concludes a significant trial concerning the tragic death of the infant.
The president of the company involved in the Shiratoko boat sinking accident reported to his wife, "If a big incident happens, things will settle down." This statement from the defendant's president was revealed in connection with the tragic accident.
次は社会のニュースです。
The government plans to create guidelines for dual pricing at public tourist facilities. This means higher fees for foreign visitors and non-local tourists. Land Minister Yasushi Kaneko announced this on March 3rd. The guidelines will address over-tourism and existing dual pricing examples. The exact timing for these guidelines is still undecided.
The Japan Meteorological Agency issued a weather warning for Tokyo on March 3rd. Heavy snow, heavy rain, and thunder are expected. There's a risk of traffic problems due to heavy snow, especially in the Tama region's mountains from this evening. If temperatures fall, snow could also accumulate in Tokyo's 23 wards.
Economy Minister Ryosei Akazawa announced on March 3rd that a literature survey for nuclear waste disposal will be proposed. This survey will take place on Minami Torishima Island, Ogasawara Village, Tokyo. It aims to select a final disposal site for high-level radioactive waste.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Tokyo stocks saw their biggest drop this year. The Nikkei average closed at 56,279 yen, down 1,778 yen from the previous day. This significant decline is due to the worsening situation in Iran. Middle East flights at Narita Airport continue to be canceled. The U.S. State Department urged immediate evacuation from almost all of the Middle East.
Tensions in the Middle East are causing uncertainty for Japan's regional economies. Following attacks on Iran, crude oil prices are rising and the yen is weakening. This increases costs for import-dependent Japan, especially for small and medium-sized businesses and local economies reliant on cars. Concerns about bankruptcies and reduced tourism are growing.
Prime Minister Takaichi stated in the House of Representatives Budget Committee that the government will closely monitor the procurement and price trends of LNG, or liquefied natural gas, amid the situation in Iran. She emphasized efforts to ensure a stable supply. She was also asked about considering a supplementary budget.
A third-party committee report for NIDEC suggests a potential impairment loss of 250 billion yen. The report indicates that Mr. Nagamori approved accounting irregularities. This significant financial concern was highlighted in the report, raising questions about the company's financial practices.
The Ministry of Economic, Trade and Industry has requested Ogasawara Village to conduct a preliminary literature survey on Minanori Torishima Island for a high-level radioactive waste disposal site. This is the first stage of a three-step selection process. The village mayor will consider the request, which would be the fourth such survey in Japan.
Prime Minister SANAE Takaichi denied any involvement with the cryptocurrency SANAE token, which uses her name. She posted on X, formerly Twitter, that she was completely unaware of it and had not given any approval. The token was sold as part of a project aiming to deliver public voices to policymakers.
Regarding the new fiscal year budget bill, the Liberal Democratic Party proposed holding local and central public hearings next week. However, the centrist Reform Alliance did not agree to this proposal. Discussions between the two parties' parliamentary affairs chairpersons will continue to determine the deliberation schedule.
PayPay is reportedly aiming for a U.S. IPO worth approximately $1.1 billion. If successful, this would be one of the largest initial public offerings by a Japanese company in the United States. This significant move highlights PayPay's ambition to expand its global market presence.
Japan's job availability ratio for January fell by 0.02 points to 1.18, the first drop in 3 months. New job offers decreased by 4.6% year-over-year, with significant declines in accommodation, food services, wholesale, and retail. Factors include reduced Chinese tourism, rising costs, and automation, leading to recruitment fatigue.
The Minister of Economic, Trade and Industry stated there are no current plans to release oil reserves, despite concerns about rising prices due to U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iran. The minister clarified that any release would be to ensure stable supply, not to suppress prices.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
Shohei Ohtani will bat leadoff as designated hitter in the exhibition game against Hanshin on March 3rd for the 2026 WBC. He played as the number 2 hitter the previous day against Oryx, going hitless. Ohtani returns to his usual leadoff spot. Kazuma Okamoto will bat 5th in his first game since joining the team.
Japan's national team for the World Baseball Classic played an exhibition game against Oryx in Osaka on March 2nd. They lost 3-4, struggling to connect hits. Major League players, including Shohei Ohtani, participated in this game, with Ohtani going hitless. Japan's first WBC game is scheduled for March 6th.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, pitcher for the Dodgers and last season's World Series MVP, has joined Japan's World Baseball Classic team. Kazuma Okamoto of the Blue Jays also joined. With their arrival, all 30 players for the Japanese national team are now assembled. The team is complete and ready for the tournament.
Samurai Japan has been ranked number 1 in the World Baseball Classic Power Rankings. MLB's official website released its ranking of 20 participating teams. This places Japan at the top, highlighting their strong position heading into the tournament. The team is considered a top contender.
Ryutsu Keizai University's prestigious soccer club has been suspended indefinitely. The university held an emergency press conference, deeply apologizing after multiple club members were suspected of illegal drug use in their dormitory. Ibaraki Prefectural Police conducted a search on March 3rd. The university expressed profound regret over the incident.
Former Japan national team forward Yuya Kubo, 32, has announced his retirement from professional soccer. He shared the decision on his Instagram on March 3rd, stating he had a fulfilling career. Kubo, who left MLS Cincinnati last year, plans to begin a second career based in the United States.
Yuki Nomura, a player for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, announced his marriage to a non-celebrity woman. He shared the news on March 3rd during a Sapporo TV information program. Nomura expressed his desire to build a happy family. This news brings joy to his fans and the team.
Riku Miura, half of the Riklyu figure skating pair, expressed deep gratitude to her parents. At Takuruchi City Hall in her hometown, she thanked them, saying, "Thank you for supporting me for 20 years." This heartfelt message highlights the long-term dedication of her family.
Military conflicts involving the United States, Israel, and Iran are now impacting the sports world. Several soccer matches, including the AFC Champions League Elite, which determines Asia's top club, have been postponed. Men's basketball games have also been affected, leading to delays in various sporting events.
Yuki Hiraki, a first-year high school baseball player born without a left hand, has made the Koshin roster for Nagasaki Nishi. He was selected for his excellent base running skills. Nagasaki Nishi will compete in the 98th Spring Koshin Tournament, their first appearance in 75 years. Hidaki hopes to inspire people with disabilities.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
U.S. President Trump announced that a massive attack on Iran is coming soon. He suggested that operations against Iran could be prolonged, with 6 U.S. soldiers already dead. In a CNN interview on the 2nd, President Trump stated that a full-scale attack has not yet begun, but a large one is imminent.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps warned on the 2nd they would set fire to ships attempting passage through the Strait of Hormuz. This vital route, carrying 20% of global crude oil, is effectively blocked. Japan's chief cabinet secretary confirmed Japanese vessels in the Persian Gulf are safe, advising them to avoid new entries and anchor securely.
French President Macron announced on the 2nd his plan to increase the country's nuclear warhead count. He stated this move aims to strengthen nuclear deterrence, responding to growing security threats in the international community. France had been reducing its nuclear warheads since the end of the Cold War.
Melania Trump, wife of the U.S. president, unusually chaired a UN Security Council meeting on the 2nd. This was reportedly the first time a sitting leader's spouse held this role. The meeting focused on children in conflict and education, without directly mentioning the U.S.-Israel attacks on Iran. The U.S. likely aimed to highlight her advocacy.
The U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, was reportedly attacked by 2 drones on the 3rd. Reports indicate drones fell on the main building's roof, causing minor fire and damage. No injuries were confirmed, with staff taking shelter. The embassy issued safety alerts, urging U.S. citizens in Saudi Arabia to shelter indoors.
3 U.S. F-15E fighter jets crashed on the 2nd during military operations in Iran. U.S. Central Command announced the cause is believed to be accidental firing by Kuwaiti forces. All 6 crew members, including pilots, safely ejected and are unharmed. This incident occurred amid ongoing U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iran.
U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iran threaten to raise global energy prices, impacting the world economy. Japan, Europe, and China face significant effects, while the U.S. may see limited impact. WTI crude oil futures briefly hit $75 a barrel on the 1st. Analysts warn higher prices could cause inflation and slow economic growth.
The leaders of the UK, France, and Germany issued a joint statement urging Iran to stop its retaliatory attacks. They warned that Iran's missile and drone launch capabilities could be destroyed. This call comes amid ongoing attacks on Iran by Israel and the United States, escalating tensions in the region.
The U.S. military is revealing details of its joint operation with Israel against Iran. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Kane called it unprecedented in scale on the 2nd. President Trump approved the operation on February 27th, after expressing dissatisfaction with Iran negotiations. Cyber and space forces were reportedly the first to act.
Japanese citizens evacuated from Israel to Jordan for safety, stating they felt danger to their lives. This evacuation occurred amid ongoing attacks on Iran by Israel and the United States. Preparations for further evacuations are also underway in Iran, as regional tensions continue to escalate.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Actress Haruka Fukuhara appeared at a Bulgari ambassador appointment press conference in Tokyo on March 3rd. She wore over 100 million yen worth of jewelry, expressing her joy and saying she fell in love with the pieces, acquiring them as a memory. She was appointed as a Bulgari ambassador.
Rakugo performer Hosei Tsukite expressed his wish for the TV show Gaki no Tsukai. On March 3rd, he stated that if the program were to have its final episode, he hopes all 5 regular members, including Hitoshi Matsumoto, would appear together. This comment followed Matsumoto's return to TV commercials.
Musician and TV personality Dago made a surprise guest appearance as a doctor in the NHK morning drama Bake Bake on March 3rd, marking his first role in a morning drama. His wife, actress Keiko Kitagawa, also appears in the same drama, making it a rare joint appearance for the couple. Dago thanked his wife on social media.
On March 2nd, Takarazuka Music School in Hyogo Prefecture held its graduation ceremony. 40 students, who are future Takarasiens, bid farewell to their alma mater. These 112th generation students, who trained in singing and dancing for 2 years, attended the ceremony wearing black crested kimonos and green hakama.
Shogi player Tetsuro Itodani 8-dan defeated Takuya Nagase 9-dan in a playoff on March 2nd. This victory earned Itodani the right to challenge Sota Fuji Meijin, who holds 6 titles, for the 84th Meijin title. This will be Itodani's first challenge for the Meijin title. The 7-game series begins on April 8th.
Dr. Katsuya Takasu disclosed that comedian Hitoshi Matsumoto declined his commercial appearance fee. Takasu explained that he couldn't bear his son's criticism regarding the matter, prompting him to speak honestly. This revelation sheds light on Matsumoto's recent activities and public perception.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。